Hello, first graders. Welcome to another lesson of our science. Be a Scientist notebook. Please bring your book and let's get started. We'll be on page 131. 131. Remember, this lesson we're talking about parts of animals. We cover parts of plants. We cover living and non-living. We have learned about different parts of plants. We learned about plants live in different environments and they have different needs. Also, we will be doing the same, but for animals, parts of animals. In this chapter, we'll be learning about what animals need, what different parts help the animals to survive, what different environments the animals will live. So let's read this vocabularies in your book, page 131. All right. Use these words when explaining animals. We'll be learning about these. Remember the 12 words we learned in the beginning of the first chapter when we talked about flowers, stem, and roots, nutrients, leaves, fruits, and there were also the words mammal, survive, and shelters. We still have to cover these 3 words, but we're learning more new words. So from the old list, we're learning the word mammal, amphibian, gills, bird, fish, lungs, reptile, insects. Let's read one more time. Mammal, amphibian, gills, bird, fish, lungs, reptile, insects. All right. Let's learn the definitions of these words. All right.
Mammal, an animal with hair or fur.
One more time.
Mammal, an animal with hair or fur.
So a mammal is an animal with hair or fur. Bird, yes.
Bird, an animal that has 2 legs, 2 wings, and feathers.
Bird, an animal that has 2 legs, 2 wings, and feathers.
Bird, an animal that has 2 legs, 2 wings, and feathers.
Okay. What do you think? Reptiles. Yep.
Reptile, an animal that has dry skin covered with scales.
I'll show you the picture one more time. Let's read the definition.
Reptile, an animal that has dry skin covered with scales.
Yeah, it's a frog, but what kind of animal is that? Amphibian, yes.
Amphibian, an animal that lives part of its life in water and part on land.
That's unique. Let's look at the picture and read one more time.
Amphibian, an animal that lives part of its life in water and part on land.
Why do you think this unique? Fish, yes.
Fish, an animal that lives in water and has gills and fins.
One more time.
Fish, an animal that lives in water and has gills and fins.
All right. Next picture. Yes, you guessed it right. Insects.
Insect, an animal with 3 body sections and 6 legs.
One more time.
Insect, an animal with 3 body sections and 6 legs.
Insects, an animal with 3 body sections and 6 legs. What do you think? Gills, yes.
Gills, the part of a fish that takes in oxygen from water.
Look again. This is the part. This is where you see it, the gill. Like we have the lungs, the fish get the gills to breathe under the water.
Gills, the part of a fish that takes in oxygen from water.
What humans had? Lungs. Very good.
Lungs, the body parts used to breathe air.
Okay, one more time. Look at the picture.
Lungs, the body parts used to breathe air.
Very good. Let's go back to. So this is the definition for the new words. Mammal, amphibian, gills, bird, fish, lungs, reptile, insects. All right, let's read our book and animals are living things. All right, let's see the vocabulary again. Amphibian, an animal that lives on land and in water. Bird, an animal that has 2 legs, 2 wings, and feathers. Fish, an animal that lives in water and has gills and fins. Gills, a part of a fish that takes in oxygen from water. Insects are an animal with 3 body parts and 6 legs. Lungs, the body parts used to breathe air. Mammal, animal with hair or fur and a backbone. Reptile, an animal that has dry skin covered with scales. Shelter, a place where animal can live and be safe. All right. Let's, for the fun, just read Fun in the Rainforest, and then we will read Animals Are Living Things. So.
Fun in the rainforest. Snail arrived just in time to see his friends toss around a mango. Monkey was able to throw perfectly straight because she was a mammal with paws like hands. Toucan perched on a branch, ready to scoop up the fruit in his beak. Chameleon revealed himself clinging to the fruit. The flashy reptile changed his color to match the bright blue of the sky. Spider clapped happily as she watched. Monkey noticed Snail and tossed the mango to him. It landed with a thud next to Snail's shell. Snails don't have hands, Snail said. Let's play a different game.
Right.
Good idea. Let's play hide and seek, said Spider. I'll be it. Snail hid himself inside his shell as the others searched for hiding places in the forest. Snail listened quietly, waiting for Spider to find him. The only thing he heard was buzzing insects. 18, 19, 20. Here I come, sang Spider. Spider immediately spotted Snail below her. I can see you, Spider whispered as she dangled over Snail's shell. Blushing, Snail slid under a nearby orchid as Spider went off to search for the others.
All right.
Seeing Toucan's brilliant beak, Spider snuck up on the hiding bird. Meanwhile, Monkey swung across vines and dashed safely to home base, while Chameleon remained hidden. Finally, Spider tagged Toucan. I'm tired of this game, said Toucan. Let's climb this tree. First one to the top wins.
Of course, the monkey would be the first.
From his perch on a leaf, Snail watched the others rush up. He was dazzled by everyone's leaps, bounces, and twists. Come on and join in, Snail, said Toucan. I don't have any legs, said Snail, as he started to crawl up the tree. It may take me a while to get there. Suddenly, thunder echoed above the trees. A storm was on its way. Soon, the adults arrived. Everyone was dreading their soaking journey home. Everyone, that is, except Snail. He was already tucked inside his cozy shell, alongside his mom, who was tucked up in her shell. He thought. I can't catch a mango, hide well, or climb fast, but I sure can stay dry in the rain.
Very good. Awesome. So let's go back to our page, read the question, then read the right story. Read page 14 and 23. We're going to read it now, and animals are living things. Answer the questions after you have finished reading. So let's see the questions. What type of animal lives part of its life in the water and part of on land? Circle the answer. Animal that live part of their life in the water and part in land. Is it a fish, insect, amphibian? Hold on that till we read the story. But if you know the answer, you may circle it. Which animal is a mammal? Circle the picture and tell how you know. A dog, a butterfly, frog. Which animal is a mammal and how you know? Okay. How do animals use their body parts to get what they need? Give an example. So let's go and read our story to answer these 3 questions. Okay. Animals are living things. Please pay attention.
Animals are living things. How do we group animals? There are many different groups of animals. Mammals are one of the animal groups. All mammals have fur or hair and backbones. Mammals also breathe with lungs and make milk for their babies. We group mammals together because they have similar characteristics.
Okay.
Bears, dogs, seals, bats, horses, and porcupines are all mammals.
Very good. Then what we have next?
Birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. Like mammals, all these animals have backbones. Birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish each have a set of characteristics that make them different from mammals. Birds are animals that have feathers. Birds lay eggs, and many can fly. Reptiles are animals that have dry, scaly skin. Reptiles lay eggs.
Okay.
Most amphibians have smooth, moist skin. Amphibians lay eggs in wet places. When amphibians hatch, they live in water. As adults, some amphibians live on land and in water. Fish spend their entire lives in water. They lay eggs, breathe through gills, and use fins to help them swim.
So, one more time.
Most amphibians have smooth, moist skin. Amphibians lay eggs in wet places. When amphibians hatch, they live in water. As adults, some amphibians live on land and in water. Fish spend their entire lives in water. They lay eggs, breathe through gills, and use fins to help them swim.
Now insects.
Insects and other animal groups. Insects are animals that have 6 legs and 3 body parts. Insects and other animals shown here do not have backbones. Spiders may look a lot like insects, but spiders have 2 body parts. A spider also has 8 legs and 2 leg-like mouth parts. Spiders are in a different group of animals from insects. Many insects have wings.
Okay.
There are many more animal groups. Jellyfish, crabs, and snails each belong to other groups. Animals are living things. Have you ever cared for an animal? What did your animal need to live? Animals are living things. Like humans, they need food, water, air, and a safe place to live. This lion meets its needs by drinking water. Animals live in different kinds of places. Some animals live on land. Others live in water. A shelter is a place where animals can live and be safe. This owl finds shelter in a tree. The bear eats a fish for food.
So let's listen to this one again.
Animals live in different kinds of places. Some animals live on land. Others live in water. A shelter is a place where animals can live and be safe. This owl finds shelter in a tree. The bear eats a fish for food.
Okay.
Animals have needs. Animals use their body parts in different ways. Their body parts help them get what they need to live. Some use their eyes and noses to find food. Eyes, ears, and noses also tell animals of danger. Legs, wings, and fins can help animals get away from danger. Wings help birds fly to find food. Their beaks help them to eat food. Strong legs help cougars move fast to get food. Sharp claws help them catch their food. Animals also have body parts that help them get air. Gills help fish breathe underwater. Lungs help other animals breathe air.
Very good. So, what type of animal lives? What type of animal lives part of its life in water and part of on land? Circle the answer. Is it fish? Can you have the fish out of the water sometimes and in the water? No. Insect? No. Amphibian? Yes. Which animal is a mammal? Circle the picture. Tell how you know. Yes, the dog. And how do you know? Because mammal has fur. So the dog has fur or hair. All right. How do animals use their body parts to get what they need? Give an example. If you remember the last part of the book, they use, for example, if you want to talk about the birds, so the wings help birds fly to find food, and their beaks help them to eat food. So this is how the body parts help the animal, for example. Or let's get another part. Yeah, some use their eyes and nose to find food. Or some use their gills, like fish. Gills helps fish to breathe underwater. And lungs help other animals breathe air. So you can choose any of this. Strong legs also help cougars move fast to get food. Sharp claws help them to catch their food. All right. So you can choose any of the animals we just read about. All right. Animal parts. Explore the digital interactive animal parts on how different body parts help a polar bear live. Answer the question after you have finished. So let's take a look at the question and then we're gonna play the pop tips. Fill in the blanks. A polar bear has blank to see and find food. So what the polar bear has to see and find food. It uses its blank to catch and eat food. So what does the polar bear use to catch food and eat? A polar bear has blank to keep it warm in cold temperature. So what the polar bear has to keep it warm in cold temperature? A polar bear uses something to hear and sense danger. So what did the polar bear use? Let's go for pop tips. and we'll click on the body part and listen. Listen, eyes.
Eyes. Eyes help the polar bear to see and find food.
One more time.
Eyes. Eyes help the polar bear to see and find food.
Very good. Let's choose another part. Body part. Fur.
Fur. Their fur coat keeps them warm in cold temperatures. Fur. Their fur coat keeps them warm in cold temperatures.
Very good. Let's check on our nose.
Nose. A polar bear's nose can help to smell food from far away.
One more time.
Nose. A polar bear's nose can help to smell food from far away.
Awesome. Let's see the ears.
Ears. Ears help the polar bear to hear, sense danger, and find prey.
One more time.
Ears. Ears help the polar bear to hear, sense danger, and find prey.
All right. Claws.
Claws. Claws help polar bears to catch food, make it smaller, and move it to their mouth.
Interesting.
Claws. Claws help polar bears to catch food, make it smaller, and move it to their mouth.
All right, so let's go to our activity, question number 4. And I'm sure now you have answer for all this question. All right, fill in the blanks. A polar bear has to see and find food. Has eyes. Awesome. It uses its to catch and eat food. Claws. Awesome. A polar bear has something to keep it warm in cold temperature. Fur. Beautiful. A polar bear uses its blank to hear and sense danger. Ears. Very good. So we get eyes, claws, fur, and ears. Awesome. Let's go to page 134. 134. And this is usually complete the I can statement. So I can construct an explanation. I can have an explanation of, what did we cover? Body parts that help animals get what they need, right? Because we're talking about body parts for animals and help them to get what they need. That's what we see here. So this is what we gonna say. I can construct an explanation about body parts that help animals get what they need. All right, that's it for today. We learned a lot about body parts of animals, and we learned about definition of different words in mammal, amphibian, gills, birds, fish, lungs, reptiles, and insects. And we will use these words till the end of this chapter. All right, I'll leave you to have fun and finish the activity that you need to do. Thank you. Bye-bye.